Eagle Pass, Texas. Over 30,000 people living along the river, and many more on the other side. Its population, primarily consisting of Chicanos, Mexican Americans, Hispanics, and Latinos, is becoming a melting pot with diverse ethnicities and backgrounds. This includes those in the LGBTQIA+ community. Yet, we don't hear their stories as often as the local chisme or noise of the world today. We set out to hear a few personal stories from some born and raised residents in Eagle Pass. A pair of high school sweethearts share their first times together and explain how their love developed.
My name is Rebecca. I am 25. I am a lesbian. I was born and raised in Eagle Pass, Texas, and this is my wife.
I'm Kenna. I'm 25 years old. I'm bisexual, she, her. I'm from Winslow, Arizona.
Yeah, I was in English class junior year. It's kind of funny because it was the beginning of what, second semester? Or was it first semester?
Second semester.
Second semester, I was just chilling in the back, whatever, and they're doing roll call to see who's there. And the name Kenna pops up, and I was like, who the f is Kenna? I couldn't like put a name to the face, you know? So I guess a couple days later, we're paired up into groups for a group project. And here she comes, so our teacher's like, this is Kenna, I'm putting her in your group. And I was like, oh, okay, well that's really nice to put a name to the face. And my second thought was like, oh, this is a really pretty girl. That's how it went. So pretty much it was just more like, oh, hi. And I was like, well, nice to meet you. I'm Rebecca. Is how it went.
Yeah. I did find her a little attractive. So it was kind of like, oh. But at the time, I wasn't sure, like, who I was or what I was. I haven't told nobody, I don't think. No, you know what? Yes. My mom, I guess. She noticed Becca was always around. And, well, she knew she was like my best friend, right? Best friend at the time. And I was, of course, a little nervous to like tell her who, like, oh, this is my girlfriend at the time, right? But I remember when my mom, she kind of like, who's Becca, like, to you? Like, who is she, you know? Or like, it's okay, you can just tell me, you know? It's just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm this, bisexual. She's my girlfriend. And she was just like, okay. And that was pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's, yeah.
Pretty much she came out on the spot. She kind of didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Her mom was just like, what's going on? And then she was like, okay,
yeah,
that's cool. Glad I made a good impression.
Yeah.
No, my best friend Bethany would hear most part of it. And she was always like, girl, you're jumping into this too fast. And it's like, please be careful. Always want to watch out. Bethany, I would consider a sister, is a sister. We've been friends, I would say, coming close to 10 years more. So she was always the go-to person whenever I was like in a fallen state or, you know, talking about, you know, Kenna. And recently she had brought up, she was like, oh, I remember you were so whipped for Kenna, you know, Kenna this, Kenna that, you know? And now it's kind of like, well, we got married, so we're here now, right?
For many, Eagle Pass is a place of birth and family. Some will leave and come back scarcely. Others bring their worldly experiences, education, and learning moments back to the community to support its growth and success. Some members of the community have ties to well-known people, and some have ties to well-known businesses. From the family of a local tortilla factory well known in most households in Eagle Pass, we see the perspective of a person wanting more for their community at large.
Hi, I'm Jose Villarreal, or Midnight for my stage name. I am a drag queen, and I am a dragtivist. Born and raised here in Eagle Pass. I did leave to college, and you know what they say, when you leave to college, you start experimenting with yourself, and that's where Midnight was born, in Laredo, Texas, my other hometown. So actually, funny how you mentioned that, because the reason why I started doing drag is because I had started an organization in TAMIU called CAN, which is Campus LI Network, and we needed a fundraiser. So what's the best thing to do than to have a drag show as a fundraiser? I mean, why not, right? And I was a president at the time, and if I'm asking someone to do drag, I'm gonna have to do drag. So you know what the saying is, and to all the people out there, you know this. Just one time. We're just gonna do it one time, and sure enough, one time became a lifetime for me in drag. Drag is so expressive, and it's so to like very personal. So to me, it was like, why not? So the drag scene was very there. So I started looking and started getting more people in contact and people wanting to do drag for the first time. Like we wanted to help them get their start as well. So I think it was something that was needed for the community and to show that a college is for everybody. It's not just for specific types of people. Like drag queens can go to school and can do drag. Like it's not just one particular way to live your life.
Pride. Not ego or hubris, but self-love and respect. Pride has evolved, both here in Eagle Pass and in the world. EP Safe has driven Pride as an event, but also as a way of life and community. From social events, health-centered resources, and even community service and work, the organization has serviced many people. Here's a story from one person who has seen those changes and felt those differences from the old school ideals and the accepting ways of today.
Hi, my name is Estella. I'm a trans Latina growing up here in the border of Eagle Pass in Piedras Negras, Coahuila. It's like a come and go kind of thing, you know? Some people are really brave, really sticking out. Some other people don't really want to put their business out there because we still live in a culture where being gay, being trans, being a lesbian is not really accepted. So some people are moving forward great, but some other people are still afraid to come out. Not because of the rejections of the community of like the straight people or gay people or stuff like that, but it's more so of the people in the families, how they're going to cómo los van a mirar y cómo van a ser parte, cómo todavía puede ser gay y parte de la familia. Kind of like that question. Yes, because you grow up with your friends, you know, your friends while telling you we support you, we have your back, but at the end of the day, they're not financially supporting you. They are not giving you a roof over your head or stuff like that. So for me, it was more safety concerns because I didn't want to go back to Piedras. I knew I belonged in the United States because I was different. Growing up in a small border, you know, growing up in Piedras is totally different from being an LGBTQIA plus here in the United States. So especially here in Eagle Pass, but it's just more and so of like, it was very scary at first because, you know, we grew up with the religious. We were Catholic people. We would always go to church on Sundays. So it was just basically like more afraid to come up because of our religion. And also because of financially being stable. I didn't want it to be another homeless kid getting kicked out of home and stuff like that. Weird, like growing up now, like being working at this nonprofit, it's like it's a little bit different. Like I don't know, I don't want to offend anybody or like I don't want to be rude, but it's like a lot of people were saying it, like, you know, I'll support you guys, but I just don't want my logo from my store, my business featured because they don't want to receive backlash. So it's like, oh, thanks for like the partnership, but the whole point is like for you to stand up front with us. It's not about like receiving backlash and like that. It's about creating a queer and safe environments for everyone, you know? Because if you were little, I knew for me, at least from my experience, from my story, I knew who I was at a very young age. For me, it was more of the accepting, going to a store and feeling comfortable than going into somewhere that I did not know how they're going to treat me and stuff. For me, the growth that we've done here in the community is definitely of like how people actually do take their time to actually know about the trans issues going on, about the rights that are getting taken away from us, the more discrimination that's rising. So people knowing that like this is really is affecting community, human beings. Because yes, I am trans, I am second generation, so on. But at the end of the day, I'm a human that deserves love and respect, and I have feelings of my own. So it's just definitely seeing people like, hey, like, I'm sorry that this is going on, but like, what could we do to like protect everybody else, you know? So like, that for me is growth. For them to step into the challenges, for them to get into our shoes.
Multiple lives and many more stories unseen and unheard. Eagle Pass is the crossroads of many lives, and it will continue to be that way as time moves on.